Welcome back. In today's session, we'll discuss about the professional issues. So we'll go for an introduction to professional issues in the information security. So professional issues in information security cover a range of ethical, legal, and practical responsibilities for those working in the field. These issues are critical and ensuring the integrity, confidentiality, and the availability of information assets, as well as maintaining the trust in the profession. The professional issues include ethical responsibilities, legal compliance, professional development, risk management, incident response, professional conduct, and vendor risk management. So, ethical responsibilities. Information security professionals have a duty to protect sensitive data and respect privacy rights. So they must act as the best instance of their clients or employers, maintain confidentiality, and avoid the conflicts of interest. So responsible disclosure of the security vulnerabilities is also essential. Professional should inform about the appropriate parties about vulnerabilities so that they can be fixed rather than exploiting them. As a real world example, the security analyst discovers a flaw in a company's website. Instead of using it for a personal gain, they report it to the company so it can be patched. So this is the next one is legal compliance. So professional must comply with all the relevant laws, regulation, and the industry standards that govern information security and privacy. So this includes frameworks from such as a general data protection regulation. We call it as GDPR, and the Health Insurance Policy Portability and Accountability Act. We call it as HIPAA, and the payment card industry data security standard, we call it as PCI DSS. So failure to compile can result in the legal consequences for both the individual and the organization. As a real world example, a healthcare IT manager ensures all the patient data is handled according to HIPAA requirement to avoid the fines from and legal actions. And next comes the professional development. So information security is rapidly evolving field, and the professional must stay updated on the new technologies, threats, and best practices. Ongoing training and the professional development are essential, including the obtaining certifications such as Certified Information System Security Professional, we call it a CISSP, or Certified Ethical Hacker, we call it a CAH. As a real world example, a network administrator attends annual cybersecurity conferences and pursues a new certification to stay current in that particular field. Next is the risk management. So, security professionals are responsible for assessing and mitigating the risk of the information asset. They must balance the security measures with the building objectives and operational needs, conduct risk assessment, implement appropriate controls, and regularly review the security measures. As a real world example, a bank security team evaluates the risk enabling framework, okay, enabling remote work and implement VPNs and a multi-factor authentication to protect the data. And next comes the incident response. So professional must be prepared to respond effectively to the security incidents and the breaches, minimizing the impact of operation and the stakeholders. So this includes developing incident response plan, conducting post-incident analysis, and, implementing remediation measure to prevent the future incidents. As an example, so after the ransomware attack, the company security team follow its incident response plan to contain the threat, restore backups, and notify affected parties. And next is the professional conduct. So high standard professionalism are expected in all the interaction with the client, colleagues, and the stakeholders. So this include honesty, integrity, transparency in communication, and respecting others' intellectual property rights. So as a real-time example, a consultant provides a honest assessment of of the client's security posture, even if the findings are critical, and credits the works of the other professional when appropriate. And next is the vendor and third party risk. So, security professional must assess the security practices of vendor, suppliers, and other third party who have access to the sensitive information. So, it's important to ensure that the partners meet the security requirement and do not pose the risk to the organization. As a real world example, before partnering with the cloud service provider, a company security team must will review the provider security certification and conduct a risk assessment. And this is the end of this title, and we'll meet you in another new title. Thank you.